Throughout history, the course of nations has often been violently altered by a single act: assassination. These aren't just murders. They're calculated political statements designed to create chaos, spark revolutions, or silence dissent. Today, we re-diving into some of the most shocking and consequential assassinations that have left an indelible mark on the world. From ancient Rome to the modern era, these events show how fragile power can be and how the loss of one life can change the destiny of millions. Let us start with one of the most famous assassinations of all time: the death of Julius Caesar in 44 BC. Caesar wasn't just a general. He was a political powerhouse who had been declared dictator in perpetuity by the Roman Senate. Many senators, who called themselves the liberators, feared he was becoming a king, a title Romans had despised for centuries. Led by Marcus Junius Brutus and Gaius Cassius Longinus, a group of about 60 senators conspired against him. On the Ides of March, as Caesar entered the theater of Pompey for a Senate session, the conspirators surrounded him. They first feigned a petition, then suddenly drew their daggers. It was a brutal, public execution. Caesar was stabbed 23 times, a shocking betrayal by men he considered allies, including Brutus, whom he may have regarded as a son. The famous line, "Et tu, Brute," or "You too, Brutus," captures the ultimate sense of betrayal. The assassins believed they were restoring the Republic, but their actions backfired spectacularly. Instead of saving the Republic, they plunged Rome into a new series of civil wars. These wars ultimately led to the end of the Roman Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire under Caesar's heir, Octavian, who became Emperor Augustus. Caesar's death didn't prevent a one-man rule, it directly caused it. Jumping forward nearly 2 millennia, we arrive at another assassination that sent shockwaves across the globe: the killing of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary in 1914. On a summer day in Sarajevo, the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne and his wife, Sophie, were touring the city. It was supposed to be a show of imperial strength, but it turned into a catastrophe. A group of Serbian nationalists, known as the Black Hand, had planned to assassinate the Archduke to protest Austria-Hungary's control over their lands. Their first attempt that day failed. A bomb was thrown at the motorcade, but it missed the Archduke's car and injured others. In a bizarre twist of fate, after the official reception, the Archduke's driver took a wrong turn. As the car stopped to reverse, it came to a halt right in front of one of the conspirators, a 19-year-old named Gavrilo Princip. Seizing the incredible opportunity, Princip stepped forward and fired 2 shots, killing both Franz Ferdinand and his wife. The assassination itself was shocking, but what followed was cataclysmic. Austria-Hungary, blaming Serbia for the attack, issued an ultimatum. This set off a domino effect of military alliances across Europe. Russia supported Serbia, Germany supported Austria-Hungary, and soon, France and Britain were drawn in. What began as a regional conflict exploded into World War I, a devastating war that reshaped the world map, toppled empires, and resulted in the deaths of over 20 million people. A single act of political violence ignited the Great War. Now, let us turn to the United States and an event that still haunts the American psyche: the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln in 1865. The Civil War had just ended. The Union was victorious, and Lincoln was focused on healing a deeply divided nation with his vision of malice toward none, with charity for all. On the evening of April 14th, Lincoln and his wife attended a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. During the third act, John Wilkes Booth, a well-known actor and a fervent Confederate sympathizer, slipped into the president's private box. Booth knew the play by heart and timed his shot to coincide with a moment of loud laughter from the audience, hoping it would muffle the sound of his pistol. He fired a single shot into the back of Lincoln's head. Booth then leaped from the box onto the stage, famously shouting, "Sic semper tyrannis," thus always to tyrants, before escaping. Lincoln was carried across the street to a boarding house, where he died the next morning. The nation, which had just begun to celebrate the end of a long and bloody war, was plunged into mourning. The assassination was part of a larger conspiracy to decapitate the Union government, but the other attacks failed. Lincoln's death had profound consequences for the Reconstruction era. His successor, Andrew Johnson, had a far more lenient approach to the defeated South, which led to a fierce struggle over the rights of newly freed African Americans. Many historians argue that Lincoln's steady hand and compassionate vision for reunification were desperately needed, and his death set back the cause of civil rights for decades. Moving into the 20th century, we encounter the nonviolent leader whose life was ended by violence, Mahatma Gandhi. Known as the father of modern India, Gandhi had led the nation to independence from British rule in 1947 through his philosophy of nonviolent civil disobedience, or satyagraha. However, independence came at a cost: the partition of British India into two countries, India and Pakistan. This partition led to widespread religious violence between Hindus and Muslims, causing immense suffering. Gandhi was heartbroken by the violence and undertook fasts to promote peace and religious tolerance. On January 30th, 1948, as Gandhi was on his way to a prayer meeting in New Delhi, he was confronted by Nathuram Godse, a Hindu nationalist. Godse was enraged by Gandhi's insistence on peace with Muslims and his perceived appeasement of Pakistan. He bowed before Gandhi and then shot him 3 times at point-blank range. Gandhi collapsed and died shortly after. His death was a monumental tragedy for India and the world. The man who had preached nonviolence his entire life was killed by an act of hatred, while his assassination did, ironically, help to quell some of the immediate sectarian violence as the nation mourned together. It highlighted the deep divisions that still plagued the new country. Gandhi's legacy as a symbol of peace and moral courage endures, but his death serves as a stark reminder that even the most powerful messages of peace can be met with deadly intolerance. Finally, we arrive at an assassination that was captured on film and broadcast across the world, forever changing how we view public figures: the murder of President John F. Kennedy in 1963. On November 22nd, President Kennedy was riding in an open-top motorcade through Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas. He was there to rally political support for his upcoming re-election campaign. Beside him were his wife, Jacqueline, and Texas Governor John Connally with his wife. As the limousine turned onto Elm Street, shots rang out. Kennedy was struck in the neck and then fatally in the head. The shocking, graphic images captured by Abraham Zapruder's home movie camera became an iconic and horrifying piece of history. The president was rushed to Parkland Hospital, but was pronounced dead shortly after. Within hours, a suspect, Lee Harvey Oswald, a former Marine with ties to the Soviet Union and Cuba, was arrested. But the story didn't end there. Just 2 days later, while being transferred from police headquarters, Oswald himself was assassinated on live television by a nightclub owner named Jack Ruby. The assassination of a president followed by the public murder of the prime suspect fueled decades of debate and countless conspiracy theories. Was Oswald a lone gunman, as the official Warren Commission report concluded? Or was he part of a larger plot involving the mafia, the Cubans, or even elements within the U.S. government? Kennedy's death marked the end of an era of American optimism, often referred to as Camelot. It ushered in a period of deep national cynicism and distrust in government that persists to this day. From the daggers in the Roman Senate to the rifle in Dallas, these assassinations were more than just personal tragedies. They were pivotal moments that violently rerouted history, for better or, more often, for worse. They demonstrate how the actions of a few individuals can have unimaginable consequences for entire societies and for generations to come. They serve as grim reminders of the fragility of peace and the enduring power of political violence. Which historical assassination do you find the most impactful? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more.